What if the loneliness you're feeling right now is actually a doorway to a deeper awakening within you? It's a heavy ache, isn't it? The silence that surrounds you, the stillness that feels like a weight on your chest, the sense that the world has turned away, leaving you isolated, adrift, as if you've been forgotten while others move forward, connect, and thrive. But Carl Jung, one of history's greatest minds, saw this solitude not as a punishment, but as a sacred space, a purposeful chapter designed by the universe to lead you to self-discovery, to help you uncover the truth of who you are beneath the noise, beneath the expectations, beneath the roles you've played for so long. For those of us in our middle years, seeking meaning amidst life's transitions, understanding the purpose of this isolation can transform our loneliness into a powerful journey, a journey that leads not to despair, but to awakening, to clarity, to a life that's more authentic, more aligned with our true selves. In this video, we'll explore Carl Jung's insights on why the universe isolates you for a reason, how this solitude becomes a path to discovering your true self, how to turn its pain into strength, and how to re-enter the world with a newfound awakening, a journey that might just change the way you see your loneliness forever. Let's begin by exploring Carl Jung's idea that isolation is a doorway to self-discovery, not a punishment to endure. When you find yourself alone, truly alone, with the invitations fading, the phone staying silent, the connections you once relied on growing distant, it's easy to feel like you've been abandoned, like life has turned its back on you, like you're somehow unworthy of the laughter, the love, the belonging others seem to have. But Carl Jung saw this solitude differently, as a sacred space, a purposeful act of the universe. Not to reject you, but to prepare you, to create a stillness where you can hear your own voice, where you can face yourself without the distractions of the world, where you can begin a journey inward, a journey that leads to the truth of who you are, a journey that the noise of the world would only drown out. Jung believed that isolation is an invitation, an initiation into what he called individuation, the process of becoming your true self, the self that's not shaped by society, by expectations, by the need to please, but the self that's raw, authentic, whole, a self that can only be discovered in the quiet, in the absence of external voices, in the space where you're left with nothing but your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own truth. It's like a quiet forest where the noise of the world falls away, where you can hear the whispers of your own soul, whispers that tell you who you are, what you believe, what you truly want, whispers that guide you toward a deeper understanding, a deeper connection, a deeper life, a life that's yours, not someone else's, a true life, not borrowed, a life that the universe is helping you find, if you're willing to step into the silence, if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to discover. Now, let's dive deeper into why isolation often comes with pain, and what that pain means for our journey. When the world falls away, when the distractions fade, when you're left alone with your thoughts, the silence can feel suffocating. The stillness can bring up everything you've been avoiding, your insecurities, your regrets, your fears, and suddenly, the loneliness isn't just an absence of others, it's a confrontation with yourself, a confrontation that can feel like drowning in your own mind, a confrontation that brings a pain so deep, so raw, it's tempting to run, to fill the silence with noise, to escape the discomfort by any means necessary. Carl Jung taught us that this pain isn't senseless. It's sacred. It's the pain of facing your shadow, the hidden parts of yourself you've pushed away, the emotions you've suppressed, the truths you've denied, the parts that hold your anger, your sadness, your guilt, parts that step forward in the quiet of isolation, demanding to be seen, demanding to be heard, demanding to be integrated into your wholeness, because true growth, true healing, can't happen until you face these shadows, until you make peace with them, until you stop running and start listening. Jung believed that this confrontation is the first step to becoming whole, that the pain of isolation burns away the illusions you've clung to, the illusion that you're not enough, that you need others to be whole, that you can avoid your own depths forever, a pain that clears the fog, that strips away the false, that leaves you with nothing but the truth of who you are. A truth that's both terrifying and liberating. A truth that sets you free if you're willing to sit with it, if you're willing to feel it, if you're willing to let it change you. It's like a fire that burns away what's not real, a fire that hurts, that exposes, that demands, but also reveals. A fire that clears the way for something new, something true, something whole. A fire that prepares you for a life that's not just a performance, but a reflection of your deepest self. A life that the universe is guiding you toward, through the pain, through the silence, through the solitude. Now, let's explore how isolation leads to discovering your true self, the self you were always meant to be. In the quiet of solitude, with the noise of the world stripped away, with no one to perform for, no expectations to meet, you're left with a rare opportunity, an opportunity to listen to your own voice, to hear the whispers of your soul, to ask the questions that matter. Who am I beyond the roles I've played? What do I believe when no one's telling me what to think? What do I want, not just to survive, but to live a life that's truly mine? Carl Jung believed that in this stillness, the unconscious mind, the reservoir of your deepest desires, fears, instincts, and truths, speaks more clearly, not in words, but in feelings, in dreams, in sudden insights that rise from the depths, insights that aren't random, but messages, clues from your true self, guiding you toward a deeper understanding, a deeper connection, a deeper life. A life that's not borrowed but yours. A life that's not shaped by others, but by the truth of who you are. In isolation, you begin to notice things you've ignored for years. Your breath, your emotions, the subtle stirrings of your heart. And you start to see the ways you've lived for others, the ways you've abandoned yourself, the ways you've performed instead of lived. And slowly, you begin to reclaim what's yours, your passions, your dreams, your values, the things that light you up, the things that make you feel alive, the things that the world told you weren't practical, but that your soul knows are necessary, are true, are you. It's like a seed breaking through the soil in the quiet of winter. A seed that's been waiting for the right moment to grow. A seed that needs the darkness, the pressure, the stillness to become what it was always meant to be. A seed that blooms into an authentic life. That's whole. A life that the universe has been preparing you for, through the silence, through the solitude, through the journey inward, a journey that leads you home, not to a place, but to yourself, to the person you were always meant to be, the person who's ready to live, to love, to shine, in a true way, in a way that's yours. Now, let's explore how to turn the pain of isolation into strength, a strength that can carry you forward, The loneliness, the silence, the confrontation with your shadow. It hurts, doesn't it? The nights when the quiet feels like it will crush you, the thoughts that haunt you, the emotions that rise like waves, threatening to pull you under. But Carl Jung taught us that this pain isn't meant to break you. It's meant to refine you, to teach you, to strengthen you. If you're willing to sit with it, if you're willing to listen to what it's trying to show you, if you're willing to let it change you, because the pain of isolation isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, a teacher that shows you how to forgive, not just others, but yourself. A teacher that shows you how to let go of the stories that have kept you stuck. A teacher that shows you how to find your own light, even in the darkest moments, a light that no one can take from you, a light that becomes your strength, your power, your truth. Jung believed that by accepting your shadow, by making peace with the parts of yourself you've rejected, you become whole, you become strong, you become unshakable. Because when you can sit with your pain, when you can listen to it, when you can learn from it, it loses its power to control you. It becomes a source of wisdom, a source of clarity, a source of strength, a strength that allows you to see which relationships were built on fear, which choices were made to please others, which parts of your life were a performance. And in seeing this, you begin to reclaim your life, to rewrite your story, to live in a way that's true, in a way that's yours, in a free way. It's like a mighty tree standing tall after a storm, a tree whose roots have grown deeper through the rain, a tree that's stronger, more grounded, more alive, a tree that the winds of the world can't shake, a tree that stands as a testament to your resilience, your growth, your journey, a journey the universe has guided you through the pain, through the silence, through the solitude, a journey that has made you stronger, wiser, more whole, a journey that prepares you for what comes next, for the moment when you step out of isolation and back into the world, not as the person you were, but as the person you've become. Now let's explore how to re-enter the world with a new awakening, a transformation born from isolation. After the silence, after the pain, after the deep journey inward, there comes a moment, often subtle, rarely loud, when the season of solitude begins to shift, when you feel a change within you, a quiet strength, a newfound clarity, a sense that the loneliness that once ached now feels like peace, a sense that you've made it through the fire, that you've discovered your true self, that you're ready to step back into the world, not as the person you were, but as the person you've become, a person who's grounded, who's whole, a person who carries a light that can't be dimmed, a light that the universe has helped you find through the solitude, through the pain, through the journey inward. Carl Jung taught us that individuation, the process of becoming your true self, isn't complete until you bring your truth back into the world, until you live it, embody it, share it, not by shouting it from the rooftops, but by moving through life with intention, with presence, with a quiet strength that others can feel, a strength that shows in the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you choose, a strength that attracts relationships that align with your truth, opportunities that resonate with your values, a life that reflects the person you've become, a life that's not about fitting in, but about standing out, not about pleasing others, but about being true to yourself, a life where you no longer abandon yourself for approval, where you've learned to stand beside yourself, to be your own home. It's like a lighthouse standing steady by the sea, A lighthouse that doesn't demand attention, but shines quietly, unmistakably. A lighthouse that guides others not with words, but with presence. A lighthouse that the universe has helped you become, through the solitude, through the pain, through the awakening. A lighthouse that others can feel, that others can see, that others can find solace in. A lighthouse that becomes a gift, not just to you, but to the world. A gift of presence, of truth, of light. A gift that transforms the way you live, the way you love, the way you shine. A gift that the universe has been preparing you for, through every moment of isolation, through every moment of growth, through every moment of becoming. Let's wrap up by reflecting on how isolation can transform the way we live, turning solitude into a source of strength. We've journeyed through Carl Jung's profound insights on why the universe isolates you for a purpose. A purpose that begins with solitude as a doorway to self-discovery, a doorway that leads you inward, that brings pain as you face your shadow, that reveals your true self through the quiet, that turns that pain into strength, into clarity, into wholeness. And that prepares you to re-enter the world with a new awakening. An awakening that allows you to live with intention, with presence, with a light that shines not just for you, but for others. A light that the universe has helped you find through the silence, through the pain, through the journey of becoming. Jung taught us that solitude isn't a curse. It's a crucible, a sacred space where you're refined, where you're reborn, where you discover the truth of who you are, a truth that gives you an unshakable strength, a strength that allows you to live authentically, to love deeply, to shine brightly, a strength that transforms your loneliness into a source of power, a source of wisdom, a source of light, a strength that the universe has been guiding you toward. Through every moment of isolation, through every moment of growth, through every moment of awakening, a strength that prepares you for a life that's not just lived, but felt, a life that's not just endured, but embraced, a life that's yours, fully, truly, deeply. It's like a spring that renews you, a spring that flows from the quiet, a spring that nourishes your soul, a spring that the universe has led you to, through the solitude, through the journey, through the becoming, a spring that fills you with strength, with peace, with purpose, a spring that allows you to live truly in a way that's whole, in a way that's yours. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments for video 42. Have you ever found strength in a moment of solitude, a moment that helped you discover your true self? If this video spoke to your heart, please give it a like, subscribe to Ageless Philosophies, and share it with someone who might need to hear this today, because you deserve a life where solitude becomes a source of strength, a life where you shine as your true self, a life where the universe's quiet moments lead you to awakening. And I'm here to support you on that journey, cheering you on as you embrace the light within you.